So Michael Slager has been sentenced for the murder of Walter Scott. Now, you remember Walter Scott was running from Michael Slager because he didn't want to go to jail because he owed child support, and Michael Slager shot him in the back and planted a taser on him. It was all caught on video. So the state trial, originally they couldn't come up with a verdict. So on the federal trial on the area of civil rights and those other charges, he was convicted. Let's roll the clip.
2.5 years ago, Michael Slager made the biggest mistake of his life. In fact, he spoke today in court apologizing for what he has done and saying to the Scott family that he wishes he could take everything back. The reality is he can't. So now he'll spend the next 20 years of his life behind bars for the killing of Walter Lamar Scott. Federal Judge David Norton explained that this was second-degree murder and that Slager obstructed justice when he gave misinformation to SLED agents who interviewed him 72 hours after the shooting. Today we heard from Slager's parents, sister, and wife, all saying that he is a good man and say there is no malice in his heart. And they asked for mercy from the judge in his sentencing. His wife, Jamie, even said that she will be waiting for him to come home. Walter Scott's parents, brothers, and sister-in-law spoke out in the courtroom as well today. His mother turning to look at Michael Slager when she told him that she forgives him for what he did. This was the first time that they heard Michael Slager admit that he was wrong, and he mentioned every one of the family members by name as he was apologizing for taking the life of Walter Scott. After the sentencing, the Scott family spoke, all praising this historic moment.
This is the day that the Lord has made, and I am rejoicing, and I'm glad in it. I thank and I praise God for each and every one of you all. I thank God for all the prayers that went up for our family. I thank God for the attorneys. I just thank God for everything that He has done.
We feel like we have gotten justice today. We feel that we have moved on. And not only did we get justice today, but the truth was told. And we did not believe the original report. We did not believe that. We did not trust that. But at the end of the day, God had a ram in the bush. And his name was Santana, who was brave enough to film this horrendous act that was done to my brother. Our family has changed in a way that we will never be the same again. But through the grace of God, we have come a long way.
Now, Judge Norton explained that this is the toughest part of his job, delivering a sentence, and that no one walks away happy. For the next 20 years, Michael Slager's son will be without a father, but for the rest of their lives, Walter Scott's family will be without him.
Now, Michael Slager was sentenced to 20 years in jail. Now, that is justice, finally getting some justice at the hand of one of these race soldiers. Now, they're not used to race soldiers taking the L like that, not getting 20 years in jail. So this is something that's unheard of. And if this were to be continue to happen, anytime these race soldiers kill people unjustly, they will stop doing it because there's no consequence for them gunning down people. They don't have to shoot people like they're doing, shooting people in the back, choking people out like Eric Garner, etc. No, you should be obeying that law more than anybody else. When someone's running away from you, they're not a threat to you, and you know it. You just wanted to kill a black man that day. That's just it. Now you're going to sit in jail for 20 years, and I hope it's not a good time for you at all. Now, this guy, Michael Slager, people's trying to give him money and having sympathy for him and all these other things that happen with this particular cop. But at the end of the day, before you start doing your race soldier behavior, think about that. You may end up in jail doing hard time. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Share the video, like the commentary, subscribe, and make sure you click the notification bell to find out when we post new news stories or live streams.